I wrote it, but it was your organization
Give you
and
that kick.
you kicked me from behind and got me to do it.
And it's not easy to start it and then finish it, and then you had a deadline too. So
I better turn off my audio.
yeah, because it's popping up. And welcome everyone to the Mechanics Institute. I'm Abel
Hello.
Talamantes, chess director, and with me is FIDE Master Paul Whitehead and our chief TD, Judith Starre, is in the virtual back room. She's paired all the games. They are up and running, and here we are with board one in round 5 of the Tuesday night marathon. 5 of 6, Grandmaster Jim Tarjan against Grandmaster Gadir Guseyanov. And here it is, Paul. What do you think?
I think I have to mute my video
I didn't
and
mute
then
it
I'll take a
either.
look.
I didn't mute it at first. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. So we just finished Paul's arena a half hour ago,
So
and
Tarshan Gusenev, this is some kind of Sicilian or English opening. Um, Fairly typical structure here.
this is the English opening Great Snake variation.
The Great Snake variation, okay.
In case you
And
were wondering.
I think it's the black pawn structure that looks like a great snake or something like that. Um,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
I tend to like black in these situations because I get into these positions with black. Um, but that's not to say that white doesn't have a nice kind of clamp on the game, and black can take on e4 and maybe play bishop h3 or something like that. Um, he's got to watch out for this c7 pawn hanging. So it's a little bit a standard idea here for black might be okay. So he plays king h8,
What's the
waiting
idea of that?
waiting to see what white does and getting the king off the diagonal. Also, the black knight can go back to g8, or the bishop can go to g8, or the rook can go to g8. It's a move that gives a little bit more room for black's pieces. And it's kind of a high class waiting move.
Well, I can tell you, Paul, I am supremely motivated right now. Extremely motivated and excited for what's happening tonight
You've
and
got two
for the rest of the week.
grandmasters playing in the tournament right here in front of our eyes. This is incredible.
And this is a matchup we haven't seen in any of our tournaments before, and I don't even know if they've ever played each other.
Probably not. I mean, Tarshan is a player of the older generation for sure. The world's 100th grandmaster way back in 1973
Yeah.
or 74. He was out of chess for 30 years, came back to beat Kramnik and,
Yeah.
have successes all over the place.
And playing at a high level. I know. I think it was a match against St. Louis when we were doing the four clubs match with Marshall, St. Louis, and Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
He beat Naroditsky in his match.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, that's quite a feat. And Daniel also came up through the mechanics club a lot, played a lot of chess there.
Yeah. So
So
this is board one. We'll follow this game, of course. Let's take a look at board two, which is FIDE Master Kyron Griffith against National Master Mike Walder.
all right. I must say I like Mike's aggressive play all the time.
Yeah, I was. We were recalling in the arena a game between Kyron Griffith and Walder that was played last year during the Tuesday night marathon, and Mike Walder had this incredible position, just restricting Kyron's pieces, and finished it off with the win. And Alexi Root was in the chat, and she had written about it, that game.
Right.
And I was telling her, I remember that game very well because I was sitting right next to them playing. I hardly ever play in the marathon. I was playing an extra game, and I was playing Christian Clemens. And him and I were so enthralled in watching that game, we were paying more attention to that game than we were doing our own game.
Right.
And so this
Well,
is
you can count on Michael to play some aggressive chess no matter what.
exciting chess for sure.
Yeah, he's always trying to attack, capable of beating anybody on a given day. Just has fallen a little bit short so far in winning one of these things, but it's not beyond his capabilities. And this is a sharp game. Looks like it came out of a French defense or maybe a Sicilian,
French Tarash.
French Tarrasch, yeah.
Let's take a look at board 3, which is Ashik Uzman against National Master Arun Dixit.
Okay, so all I know about Ashik is that he plays at the speed of light.
We got limelight, but Ashik plays at the speed of light.
Right, yeah. Well, boy, this is another complicated position here. If black plays bishop takes e5, white looks like he has to take with the queen, otherwise bishop d3. I mean, even though it's bishops of opposite colors, after queen e5 takes, black looks like he's better there. The bishop is outside the pawn structure. Otherwise, white's threatening to take on c4, I suppose. So this is, it's not clear what's going on yet. The position is going to resolve itself in a move or two.
And
have to see.
In a battle of kids, we have Nicholas Wang against Ethan Gould.
Okay, so I know Nicholas Wang is a player that's gonna have a breakout at some point and he's on his way to being a chess master. He's got a very strong attitude, a positive attitude. He plays to win no matter who he's playing, and he plays aggressively. He's fallen short for the most part, but that'll change. And once it gels, he's going to be an absolute killer. I predict he's the Mechanics Institute's next breakout prodigy.
The next big thing, Nicholas Wang.
Yeah.
Spoken by a prodigy himself.
No, I was no prodigy. But Nicholas has got talent. He's got fighting spirit and an aggressive style, and that's going to take him far.
And let's go back to board 1 and just see the progress. Jim Tarjan and Gadir Guseyanov.
Yeah, so both players. Okay, so black probably is going to play knight d8, and then, but white is kind of preparing himself for black doing that. And white's still got a bit of a grip here on the position. And so, I mean, these guys know what they're doing in these kind of positions here. And it's going to be a protracted kind of struggle.
So for black, are they looking to open up F or push the pawn?
Yeah, I mean, black would like to maybe play pawn to c6. Maybe he'll move the knight to d8 and then play pawn to c6. And he might even play knight to g8 here, trying to play h6. Now, white's kind of like, white's position is like a coiled spring a little bit. He's kind of waiting to see what happens. It's very complex. Obviously, no pawns have been exchanged. Black is thinking of what's the right course of action here.
Speaking on checking the course of action, look at Mike Walder here with Kyron Griffith.
Attacking the rook at c1. Yeah, so I mean, Mike's in his element here, the aggressive kind of position and lots of pieces on the board. Open F file.
Like he's looking to redirect.
Quite exciting.
Yeah.
Quite exciting.
So let me stick back to board one here, and just want to give all the viewers or let everyone know that Paul Whitehead has an article in the December issue of Chess Life, and here it is right
I'm
here.
very proud of it. Thank you, Abel.
You can see Paul as one of the contributors right there. And it all leads up to his article on the U.S. Cadet Championship. 6-page article. And
wow.
The beginnings of it. Congratulations on that article. And
thank you.
This is the cover of December Chess Life. So if you got it in the mail this week like I did, check it out.
What a great tournament that was, and a great bunch of kids.
Yeah, it went really well. Everything was smooth. The kids were playing fighting chess all the way through, and some exciting games. It was a lot of fun.
One thing I didn't say in my article, because I just felt that it was not my place to say it as a commentator, but Christopher Yu is an outstanding player, and really, he won the tournament. And I'd had a chance to, sort of watch his genius in play, and I kind of felt that he was the favorite going into this tournament, and he won it. So,
and he was pretty dominant.
He was dominant. He was pretty dominant. Yeah.
He was like that race car that started in the lead, always had the lead.
Right. Yeah. But it was great writing the article because I could not only go over the games, but I could look at the broadcasts as well. And it was really a unique way for me to approach writing the article, because it was like a 3-dimensional chess article in a way. There were the games, there were the broadcasts, there were the people all the people involved and stuff. It added an extra dimension to it. That was interesting.
Yeah, it must be interesting to write it from that perspective, where you broadcast the tournament, but then you rewatch it, but then also going over the games. And
right, yeah, and I think obviously the chess broadcasting is here to stay. I mean, it's gotten really powerful with the pandemic, but it's added an incredible dimension to chess that's going to be lasting, despite the eventual return to over the board play.
And Jim Tarjan here, up a few minutes on Gadir.
Yeah, so Black went back to g8 to avoid exchanges and also to play h6. And now Tarjan's opened the game up with e takes f5, bishop f5. And I think White's probably going to retreat back to e3 and then try to play d4. I mean, I'm not really positive where Jim is going with this at this point. I think Black has done well here and is starting to solve his opening problems.
Let's check in.
Very difficult positions to play.
Let's check on board 3 with Ashik, and we expect nothing less. Ashik's already in the end game, close to the end game.
Well, the bishops of opposite colors here augurs something. Even pawns, no open files. the black rook at b3 is very oddly placed, but actually it looks very well placed. Black could think about sacrificing the exchange even with rook b8 and rook takes b4. Otherwise, black is better here. The king can come up to d5 maybe. Black has a little bit of a dominant kind of position here.
And let's take a peek at this game. This is the top board in the under 1800 section.
Oh yeah. So this tournament's in two sections.
Two sections. This is Ian Lau with 3 points against tournament co-leader Philip Gerstoft, who is black, and black is looking pretty good right here.
Now, am I correct? Yeah, being a piece ahead.
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that tonight is the last round of the tournament?
That is correct. Round 5 and 6 is tonight. Those are the final 2 rounds.
All the marbles.
For all the marbles.
And what about Elliot Winslow?
Yeah, let's peek. He's playing Christian Clemens here. This is the position.
Uh-oh.
What do you
Okay,
think?
so this is complicated. But I mean, white has to be careful that, and black, I guess, too, with the queen sort of in the middle of the board like this. So if black plays e takes d5 and white plays e4, white's threatening bishop to b5, winning the queen. It's complicated. So knight g5. Now, if knight takes d5, is black going to play queen takes c2? Maybe. And black is avoiding any possibility of white playing bishop to b5 in the future. So, looks like an equal game so far. And black's done well in the opening here, obviously.
Let's go back to the top board.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah, so Jim has moved the rook to e1, and now black is playing the knight d8 to e6 idea. If I'm white, I'm almost I don't know what to play here for white. I think black has been very clever in sort of getting what he wants here. This knight g8 and knight d8 stuff, the knight can go to e6, and the pawn can go to c6. And white is not effectively carrying out d4. Maybe it's time for white to play d4 here. And so maybe pawn to d4. I think white has to take some action here. But black's position is like a spring, it can kind of jump out a little bit.
And from your words to the board, yes. D4
complicated game for sure.
And we've been waiting for this matchup to happen since before the first round, when we knew they would be playing in the tournament, because
Grandmaster versus Grandmaster,
and especially two that we haven't seen play, right?
Yeah.
So all right, keeping an eye on that. Let's see.
So black's got an interesting game.
Going to board 2 and checking in on Kyron Griffith and Mike Walder. It looks like Mike Walder's managed his time well so far.
Right. I don't know why black's leaving his queen on c7 opposite the rook like this for so long. But I'm not playing the game, and sometimes when you're not playing the game, you don't see things. Like, why didn't black play queen b6 or queen a5 or something? Why is he playing rook c8 and leaving the queen there? I still like black's game. I mean, white's, if white takes bishop takes c6, so what? I mean, black's going to have a great the knight on g3 doesn't have anywhere to go here, and black has a passed d pawn even. I mean, it just looks it adds up to kind of a good looking position for black here. Pressure on the e5 pawn. Rook c8 may not be the right move according to what I see in 1 second here, but it still looks like a decent game for black here. Thanks everybody for watching.
I just put it back in the chat. Check out Paul's article on the U.S. Cadet in the December issue of Chess Life.
So Kyron takes on c6. What is this getting him? Maybe he wants to play bishop a3 and bishop d6, I suppose. This just looks like a fine position for black.
What do you think of black's bishop on f4? It all of a sudden does not look...
I mean, in a funny way, none of these minor pieces look good. The bishop on c6 is not that great, and the bishop on d4, well, the bishop on d4 is kind of, it's in a nice spot now. But it's still, I mean, if I'm black, maybe I want to redeploy this bishop on f4 back to h6 and f8 or something. The black rook on c8 looks a little silly, but
Let's go back to board 1.
All right, so d4 e4 has been played. That c6 knight c3, and the sort of strategy is kind of coming out here, and black has this white is probably going to need to play pawn f3 here. I would say that move is kind of screaming to be played before black can organize some exchanges, like bishop h3 or something like that. f3 looks like the move. It just needs to be played. Otherwise, white could find himself without much play.
And Alexi's in the chat saying that black has a bind.
Yeah, but after f3, black's probably going to play something like knight f6, and black has done well in the opening here, and so white has to be a little careful. I would say, yeah, f3 is played. I mean, that's the kind of move that just has to be played. It has to be played. And now black might play knight f6, and then there'll be some exchanges, maybe an exchange on e4, and the other knight will come to c3, and black will be doing fine out of this opening. The tournament is on chess.com, but it's being manually paired. So.
And I might be able to share that. You can see the games. Let me find that here, and I'll put it in.
I think Tarjan has black has played very accurately here, and Tarjan has not gotten an advantage out of the opening at this point, I would say. And black has an easy game. And this is a straightforward move. If bishop f3, bishop h3, and or knight f6, intending knight e4 or something like that, and black has equalized the game.
So in the chat, just click on that, and if you scroll down to the bottom, go to round 5, and you'll be able to look at the games and click on the chess.com link.
Oh, cool.
to the games. And actually, and the link I'm putting in now is the standings and pairings. There you go for the Tuesday night marathon from the Mechanics Institute.
So Black has done well here, and has as like I said, has an equal game, if maybe even slightly better now. The White Knights have no outposts in the center. Black can play knight e4, bishop h3, bishop g4. There's the g4, e4, h3 kind of thing, and White's going to need to play accurately to maintain equality here.
Let's take a quick.
This is where a grandmaster's sense of danger needs to come into play.
Peligro. Here's Elliot Winslow and Christian Clemens.
Christian's done well here. This is a fine game for White, and you can imagine Petrosian playing this for White, being very, very happy for White here, and with a slight advantage, and Black with the isolated queen pawn and so on and so forth.
And you also wrote an article that went to Chess Life Online about Elliot's win in the last Tuesday night marathon.
That's right.
You're just like a breakout author all of a sudden.
Well, that's thanks to you, Abel.
Not me.
I want to say something about that article. I mentioned Judith by name in the article that I had submitted, and then it was changed to Mechanics Institute tournament directors. And I was wondering why that was, why they took Judith's name out of there and changed it to tournament directors. I wanted to see her actual name on there.
Yeah, I think things go through an editing process here at the Mechanics Institute. That's not us. It's above us.
Right.
And sometimes they make choices on behalf of the institute as a whole. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, it's funny, and of course we don't know because I submit the article and then it goes through several.
As does my newsletter, has to go through edits, and the final product may not reflect what was in there previously.
That's all right. Dostoevsky had the same problem, and so did Cervantes and Shakespeare.
So I'm in good company, and so are you.
Right.
Yeah, but no, she deserves incredible props for everything. And there's a lot of things that she does and contributes and ideas that don't get recognized by anyone, and it's a treasure to have her on our team and on our staff. And the players know that, I think. So, isn't that a little weird for him to play? Well, I guess he can move his king to king g2.
Yeah, king d2, king f2 does look a little odd. I mean, the king could have gone to d2 as well, and it's not clear. Maybe f2 it's just insecure there.
Let's jump back to board one and just look at the developments here.
Yeah, Black is still for choice here. Now, it's just
it's like tension just building.
Yeah, White has doubled on the F file, and a lot of tension here. And the players they know what they're doing. Black is probably wanting to play knight to d6 maybe, and then bring the other knight into e4, like that. And so it's a tense situation, and still hard to call here. I still like the way Black has done well here, and
it's almost like they're each waiting to see how they're gonna the direction.
Yeah. You would imagine that a black piece is going to go to e4, and then there's going to be some exchanges. And Tarshan is moving quickly, and so is Gusenev, and now the knight can come back to d3 maybe, and there's pressure on d5. It's just, is black going to play knight g5 here? Does knight g5 work? Hitting the rook on f3? All kinds of possibilities.
And
then if knight takes d5, maybe white will sacrifice the exchange. I don't know.
Let's take a quick peek at Walder and Karen Griffith.
Well, obviously black has an equal game. It's just a question of one player or other is trying to land a shot here, and that's basically it. I think the black rook is misplaced on c8. It shouldn't have gone there in the first place, probably. Apart from that, I think like I said, both players might be trying to land a shot here. And Alexei's saying rook to f8, but then white can play bishop c5 or something like that.
And Arun Dixit, national master, has won his game against Ashik Uzman, and he's at 4 points, so he could be playing one of the players on board one in the next round.
Well, yeah. And he's a worthy opponent. He's a strong player.
Strong player. He's got 4 out of 5, so he's earned it. But whoever he plays, it's gonna be no easy ride.
All right. So if white takes twice, white takes on d5. Black takes, and then plays knight e4, and I suppose is going to pick up the knight on g5. Although white could try queen a5, maybe. Okay, here we go, folks. Knight takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5. Okay, so Tarshan just plays for g4. Black could play g5 here. And then maybe knight takes d5. What happens if pawn to g5? I guess the black pawn will be hanging at g5 if the white pawn gets taken at h3. The players are playing, Tarshan in particular is playing, he's playing fast and confidently here on this complicated position h3.
Yeah, he's got just time on Gadir.
Straightforward. The idea is to take away some light squares from the black pieces and play g4. But clearly black is doing okay here. I mean, you can play knight d6, e4. That's got to be a strong move, and attacking the queen. And I think white is just trying to kind of hold things together here at this point. Yep.
Let's we want to check in. Let's go to Nicholas Wang and Ethan Guo here.
Wow. So king g1, then queen takes d4, check, queen takes d4, bishop f1, king f1. White's winning that position. King g2, queen g4, check, king h1, queen e4, check, rook f3.
Yeah, he has to go king g1 because if he takes queen c6, right? Check.
Oh, that's a good point. Although white's got two bishops for a rook. But king g1 looks like a knockout.
Yeah.
Queen takes d4 check is forced. Queen takes d4, bishop f1, king f1, and white is a bishop.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Oh, he plays this. This seems to give black a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I think that was maybe a mistake. Although this is very strong too, obviously. White's threatening rook takes g6 check here.
Yeesh, yeah. Pretty powerful bishops.
Black, yeah, I mean, if black plays king h7, yeah, there it comes.
I think missed it. Yeah.
A young player's not going to overlook that. I don't think there was any defense. If king h7, bishop takes f7, Nicholas was probably right to do this.
Nice, nice way to.
And black can play king h7. He's still holding on here. If rook g5, rook g8. Probably a lost position, but still, maybe this was not the right way for white to play. King must come up, and then rook goes back to g2 or g3.
Well, we'll follow that game.
White is, much better and probably should be winning, but maybe king g1 was better.
And here we are back to this game, board one.
And Tarjan is just struggling in a worse position here. Knight f5 looks strong. He's just been outplayed, I think. And my Twitch is frozen.
You got to refresh that?
I think I'm going to have to refresh my Twitch page. So I'll be back in a minute, folks.
And pretty soon, Paul's going to be refreshing his location of where he lives.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help.
No, we're actually supposed to get some incredible internet there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We're moving into some kind of zone where we're getting some kind of
Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone where we're getting
good internet there.
Our internet's getting tweaked, So Tarjan has to try to hold this inferior position here.
It's like a nice square for the knight over on e4.
Or f5.
Or f5,
yeah.
And still he has a little more time than Javier.
Yeah, he's been moving fast, but it's not gotten him much. The opening needs a rehaul from Tarjan.
So what does Tarjan need to do to sort of feel back in the game? Is there like some goal?
I mean, exchange as many pieces as possible.
Get rid of that knight.
He's under. Well, already he's got some serious issues. If he plays king takes g2, knight e4 wins the exchange. If he plays rook takes g2, it's possible black could play g5 and then queen h3 is coming. There's issues here. There's straight up tactical problems. Even rook e3 and knight f5 here looks like it could be possible. Right, it just goes for g5. Knight takes d5, loses to knight e4. White's in trouble. This is losing a pawn here at h3.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, this is just, let's see, knight d.
But are there threats?
This is just really bad, I think. I mean, knight d3, knight e4, followed by queen h3. It's just white's got almost nothing here that I can see. It's like barely a shot's been fired, but white's, I think, having some serious issues.
Restricted, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do a quick peek on board 2 with Kyron Griffith and National Master Mike Walder. The chef. The mechanic chef.
So the white rook on c2 is hanging, and if rook takes c8, queen takes c8, and like the black bishops are working very well here. And I'm going to eat my words probably about the rook c8 move. Maybe the c file is going to end up being some kind of, of vital importance here. White would like to make knight h5 work here, but the rook is hanging at c2. The black bishop might jump back in to d3 and defend that way. I mean, tactically, things are working for black here, it looks like. I mean, Kyron is trying to make something work for him, but right now, I'm not seeing it.
And I want to take the opportunity right now while there are a lot of people watching. This next Tuesday, we are going to do a Giving Tuesday streaming chess event. We're going to be streaming chess throughout the day. We're going to have a couple of tournaments in the day. We'll have some interviews. We're going to have a few arenas. Trying to get some special
guests. Am I still doing my arena?
We are still doing your arena.
And is a new Tuesday night marathon starting?
Yes, and everything will culminate with the start of the December Tuesday night marathon. And we're doing all of this because it's going to be Giving Tuesday that day. And we're going to see if we can drive some support for get memberships to the Mechanics Institute or a direct donation for supporting our Scholastic chess programs. That'd be cool to do a Giving Tuesday event full of chess. And it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be exciting. And we'll announce the schedule of that as soon as we confirm with the people that we've asked. And it'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. That is next Tuesday, December 1st. A bunch of chess events throughout the day. We will be streaming everything culminating with the start of the new Tuesday night marathon.
We should start the Bobby Fischer arena, and have like a person whose face is in shadow, right? And you don't know who's playing, right?
Why don't we just have the Beth Harmon arena?
Who is that masked man? Yeah, the Beth Harmon arena. That's
like the shadow knows. Only the shadow knows.
Right, yeah. Who is that masked grandmaster,
Here we are at board 1 with Tarjan and Guseyanov.
Okay, so Tarjan kept material equality by taking the pawn at g5 here. And so let's see, if knight e4, queen e3, knight g5, queen g5, rook takes e2, then queen to d8 check, and it's white that wins. So that very blunt attempt to win a piece doesn't work. But it looks to me like white's position is a house of cards here. And very tough for white. And Guseyanov is going to do some calculation here. I'm not seeing a forced win, but it looks like one of those positions where there should be a win here. Somewhere, Knight e4 is a logical start. And what can white do? He has to maintain a connection with the bishop. So it's queen e3 or queen c1. not queen f4 because of rook fa. So
Alexi's saying knight f5 maybe?
And that's also a secondary possibility, but knight e4 is knight f5 certainly, maybe with the idea of playing rook takes e2. So Gusev is playing with a lot of strong moves here, a lot of strong ideas and options. And one of them is bound to be, so he plays knight e4. And White's options are two, queen c1 or queen e3. Queen e3 does put the queen opposite the rook, which black can't immediately exploit.
Plays it. And
let's see what Gusev found here. I mean, nice position to have with black, regardless. His pieces are dominant, and he's got all sorts of things possible here. Rook fa check or rook c8 maybe, with the idea of playing rook c2. In fact, that's starting to look stronger and stronger. Rook c8. Just leave that knight at e4. Rook c8 kind of ties white up even more. My vote goes to rook c8. Rook fa check, white can play bishop f4.
Let me check on this game real quick. We were looking at this game earlier between Nicholas Wang and Ethan Gould. And those two bishops looked like they were going to rip black apart, but look at this now.
I mean, this is still good for white, obviously.
I thought he was going to get mated earlier.
Yeah, I mean, black was... I'm surprised Nicholas went for this. He must have overlooked something. But still...
He's going to pick up that pawn, no?
Yeah, he's picking up the pawn at h5, and this is just brutal.
Yeah. It's going to be like 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, 1,000 cuts, though, and the black rooks don't coordinate, and the bishops rake the board, and etc. This is just bad.
Back to this game.
Okay, let's see. Speaking of 1,000 cuts. Rook g1. I mean, Gusev might just be playing for a little time here with rook g1, queen h3 check. But is there something else? Rook g1, rook f8 check, bishop f4. I'm not seeing the knockout. Anybody want to try to help me? Rook g1, knight d2 check. Queen takes d2, queen f3 check, king e1. Still not seeing a complete knockout. Rook g1, knight g3 check. No, that doesn't seem to work. I think he's probably planning on just going back with queen h3 or queen h5 or something like that, if rook g1. And Tarzan's probably trying to figure out, if he can interpose something else to make life easier for him.
Yeah.
But I think rook g1 looks probably, Alexi's saying that maybe just trying to get some time too, but this is certainly uncomfortable for Tarzan, who's now fallen behind on time.
About 9 minutes to 7.5 for Tarzan. Time control here, G35 plus 2. Let's check in on, and Kyron Griffith and Mike Walder agreed to a draw.
Yeah, and obviously Black has a good game here, but you know, this could go anyway. I mean, white wants to play knight e2, and the position's double-edged. Probably a little better for black right now, but I can understand. White's just played queen d1, which is kind of beating a retreat here.
And
You know, black's better probably. Rook c7 maybe.
Kyron, Walder, and Josiah Stearman are in the game chat breaking this game down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, clearly black is fine. White's kind of been just kind of looking for a shot, and nothing materialized, and I think black is better here. Rook c7 maybe.
Let's do a quick peek on Elliot Winslow and Christian Clemens.
Well, knight f3 is a nice move, or looks like a nice move. This game has gone far. So if knight takes f3, black might be able to play rook takes e3.
Oof.
Although white could play knight d4 then.
Yeah, I can do that.
And if bishop takes e3 check, rook takes e3, and maybe black could play rook takes e3. I mean, but then white takes and plays knight e5 or knight d4. That's not convincing.
There you go. And that's the link to the Walder Winslow game in the chat.
You mean the Clemens Winslow game?
Alexei was asking for a link to the Clemens Winslow game. I'm going to go back to board one as we have moves. And Guseyanov has won.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is simple. Tarzan interposed the queen, and so black just exchanges and then can play knight g5 on the next move. Maybe black was winning anyway, but this is more than elementary.
Yeah. Fantastic win by Guseyanov with
black. Yeah, that was a little too easy somehow.
Oh, did I send the wrong game?
I feel bad for Jim there. Didn't quite. Maybe rook g1 was just lost anyway, but he had to try it, I think. Wow. So in the Grandmaster encounter there, it was Guseyanov victorious over veteran Grandmaster Jim Tarzan.
Big win for Javier.
Yeah.
Let's.
So first place is what? $500,000? I forget.
$500,000 centavos.
Centavos.
I don't know what the conversion is on the pesos, but yeah, he is sitting at top of the leaderboard. I'm sure.
Oh, this is a terrible move on Christian's part. B4. I mean, black just plays bishop takes d4, and then wins the exchange. I mean, maybe there was something wrong with knight takes f3, although I wasn't quite sure what it was. It looks to me like black plays bishop d4, and then knight e1. Although there could be some problems converting the exchange, but I'm a little flabbergasted by white's pawn to b4 move. I guess knight takes f3, you could take back with the pawn on f3. But then white would have had bishop d4 maybe. So Hmm. I'm stumped here. Why is choosing this continuation, which just gives up the exchange.
And a lot of games have finished already. Actually, that's it's kind of crazy. This game here is board two of the under 1800 section. Sebi Suarez against Pranav Pradeep.
Well, black must be winning this. Up the exchange. And Sebi is in my Art of Attack class.
How is that?
Actually, I wanted to ask you if you'd heard any feedback on that class at all.
Well, the feedback is from the participation and registrations. It's going really, really well. Very excited. How do you feel teaching a class from a classic book?
Well, it's interesting. This book is actually turning out not to be the easiest book to extract lessons from in a way. And I as usual, I've bitten off a lot more than I somehow could have chosen. I'm already thinking of the next book that I want to do, and I'm not sure what it is. It could be anything. I mean, there's so many great chess books, but it's a good idea, I think. And the people that are in the class seem to be into it and excited by it. And The Art of Attack is a great book. Part of it is figuring out, I mean, the class went an extra 20 minutes because what should have been an hour and a half.
You get your money's worth at the Mechanics Institute.
That's what I said. This dime is on us, folks. But I felt like I had to sort of cover the material that I had presented, and it was a lot. And I'm not sure how to conduct these classes always. It's like you have an hour and a half, and I get material ready, and it's either going to be a small amount of material that's covered very completely, or else it's going to be a large amount of material that's covered, in a kind of a race to the end style. And I'm still not sure what exactly is the right way to do it and what works the best. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I mean, you're working within your own style also, right?
And there's that too. So it's and sometimes the classes feel like they're perfect, and other times I'm left wondering at the end, like, what happened? Did I teach anything here, or did anybody understand anything? And so it's just Elliot has returned the exchange, and in order to play,
he's getting
in order to get a one position. So
it's just
Christian's going to need to go back to the drawing board here. This was a little too easy for Elliot, I think.
And he looked like he was doing all right for a while.
Yeah.
And then just something went wrong.
Yeah, he had the advantage out of the opening, I think. But these international masters are tricky folk.
And Judith, how many games do we still have going? Because I pulled up a lot of games. I didn't pull up some games from the under 1800 on the lower, just because I was trying to get on the screen. So if there's games going in that section of games.
I want to invite everybody to the Chess Cafe, too, that the Mechanics is holding on Monday from 4 to 5:30 with Nick DeFermian and I are hosting this Chess Cafe. Bring your coffee, and
chess.
Mike Walder is joining in, and so is Elliot Winslow, and we're showing old games and, having a good time. It's
absolutely free for Mechanics members.
And only $5.
And $5 if you are not yet a member for some reason. You should be a member of the Mechanics Institute. You get a nice looking membership card. They have new ones too for this year.
Is that right?
Yeah, right here. I got mine.
I have my old membership card.
I am a card-carrying member of the Mechanics Institute. I'm like,
wow, where's mine?
Right there you have it.
Here's mine, folks, with a picture of the building on the cover.
Yeah, that's no good. That's like you have the.
What do you mean it's no good?
You have the Apple I got the Apple 12 of.
Well, on the 4th floor of this building is the oldest chess club in the United States. So.
An amazing chess club, and I love the pictures from our Facebook post today that were taken last year. Just showcases the club in a magnificent and regal way as it should. I'm going to brag about that right now. I'm going to put the...
Elliot's taking a very strange route to win this game here, I think. Not one that I would have chosen.
He's...
Yeah, he didn't take the pawn on A2.
And Lex is absolutely certain any card, as long as it's valid, will do. It'll get you in the building, get you in the library, get you in the
I think when I joined it was a paper card.
A paper card?
Yeah, I'd love to. Does anybody have an old Mechanics Institute membership card? They should send that in, or I'd love to see it. I don't even know what they look like. And like I said, Elliot's chosen an odd way to try to finish this off. It looks very effective though, because if bishop d3, pawn to c2, and it looks to me like white's kind of just helpless here. However, black still has to win the game.
And both getting to about 2 minutes in time left.
Yeah, why did Elliot do this? Very odd. And
it looks like in the final round, it will be Javier with white against Arun Dixit. National Master is what I'm predicting.
And as Javier is now a half a point ahead of Kyron Griffith and probably some other people
and Arun Dixit. Yeah, and I think it's just those two. Actually, Nicholas Wang has a shot at getting 4 also.
Oh, well, Nicholas was winning, right?
Yeah, and he was winning, and he did win. So
now he can get paired with Javier and beat him in the last round. And then my prediction as to the next child prodigy
comes to fruition. Yeah. Actually, that could happen also, because I think Nicholas now has 4 also.
This was a funny way for Elliot to... I mean, this is obviously probably winning too. Black can play bishop d3, and then the king can somehow get in. It's a funny way for Elliot to play to win this. White's trying to blockade. As soon as black switches the bishop over to d5 or something, white is going to have to play the bishop back to c. Oh, here he comes into c4. Yep. It's inevitable that black is going to get his king in. Although he's making it tough.
And Christian moving quick for him.
Well, he's got 4. He doesn't have much to do here.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
yeah.
I used to think.
So if bishop d5, bishop d3, I suppose. Or bishop to e2. Good move. Threatening both king c2 and the bishop. So black will play bishop f3 probably. Oh, he gives up the pawn. Okay. So bishop g4, king b5. White still tries to keep the blockade, but now king d5. So this is complete failure on White's part. And Elliott tromps into victory here. Yeah, Elliott was right in the sense that this was just an easy technical win, I think. And there was no way for White to really hold this.
Now it's just technique.
Yeah, but Elliott maybe should have played king d4, and this is some funny stuff still going on here.
Yeah. We will be having a conversation with a player that's playing right now.
Have there been a lot of draw offers?
Well, there's a draw offer, and one player has a king, the other one has a king, a queen, and a pawn's about to queen.
So Elliott is, riding a little bit of a world of. He's going to play b5, b4, b3, and b2 check, and there's nothing that White can really do to stop that except for try to make his own queen. And Elliott's now down to seconds on the clock. And White can do nothing but play g4 and h5. And there's just nothing else to be done. Oh, he plays g5 instead. I guess Black is just winning here, but, this is by the skin of his teeth here.
Yeah, that's it, right?
That's a nice move, bishop to b1, I think. Yeah, but he just plays bishop. This is crushing.
I think he missed that. Queen. I think he missed bishop b3.
Well, I guess there was nothing to be done. His pawns are not far advanced enough. And Elliott's, once again,
congratulations.
The alley cat. They call him the alley cat.
And we probably have all the games in the books now, and we'll be entering the results and updating the standings and have the pairings ready. It will be at that link when it is good to go. And hey, Paul, you mind if I take a couple minutes, get something to drink?
You go right ahead. I'll entertain the troops here.
You do that. I'll be right back.
All right. I promise not to say anything bad about you. Well, folks, thanks for sticking around and watching. This is the last round of the Tuesday night marathon coming up. In clear first is Gadir Guzanev, Grandmaster, playing from Azerbaijan, I think. The consummate chess professional. Behind him, I think, with 4 points, or at least two players, Arun Dixit, and he's playing from Baku. Guseynov is how you pronounce it. Elliott, how many points do you have? I think he might only have 3.5. But if he has 4, he has a chance to take first place. He's saying not enough. Oh, he's only got 3.5. So it's going to be one of these kids, either Nicholas Wang or I'm rooting for Nicholas Wang to be white against Guseynov in the last round and to take the full point from the Grandmaster and local boy. The link is above you, Elliott. It's in the chat. It's up here, so you can check it out. And yes, Elliot, well, you've got a chance for second place, so that's good. And I'm going to I hope Jim Tarjan sticks around for another round. I know it's been tough. Yeah, that was a tough loss. Never really got going there for White in that round. So great little tournament going on here. And I wrote an article in the latest print edition of Chess Life, which is available as a PDF, I've heard as well. And it's my first ever. I wrote it about the Cadet Championship, which was won by Christopher Yu. And I'm very proud of myself. I haven't even read the article myself. It's I don't have a copy of the print edition, but it's up there. And yeah. So I'm a contributing author now to Chess Life, and I didn't annotate any of the games there by Nick DeFermian, although if you'd given me I did, in a way, I annotated every single game because I gave us sort of a blow-by-blow account of every round and what happened in every game, and sort of like, in this round, Nicholas Yu was, or Christopher was on the ropes, but came back at the end, and that kind of breakdown. So what are you saying, that the correct attribution, what does that mean? You didn't see the correct attribution. Not sure what that meant. That means I'm always at a loss without you, Abel.
Well, you don't know what to say?
I'm the author of the article. Oh yeah. So anyway, maybe it didn't mention me or something. Anyway, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
For the next round, and for the last round of the Tuesday night marathon.
I'm like watching the chat. What the heck happened since I was gone?
Mass confusion.
No, Judith was in there. So she posted the updated standings and pairings, and it looks like the standings are up.
All right, folks, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
And so Grandmaster Gadir Gusanov alone at the top at first with 4.5. And then with 4 points are Kyron Griffith, Arun Dixit, and Nicholas Wang. At 3.5 are Elliot Winslow and Mike Walder. And then at 3 points are several players led by Jim Tarjan. So,
and I express my hope that Jim stayed in, and obviously he is. So, all right, I'll be back.
Yeah. And maybe we'll get lucky and see Winslow Tarjan, possibly. I think that's something that is a possibility of happening. Let me refresh. And there it is. And yep, so board 1 is Gadir Gusanov against Arun Dixit, National Master. Board 2 is Elliot Winslow against Kyron Griffith, which should be an entertaining game. They seem to play every TNM in the final rounds. Board 3, Mike Walder against Nicholas Wang, which should be an exciting game. And on board 4 is Adam Mercado against Jim Tarzan. And then my camera got off my computer because my dog was trying to jump on me here. So my dog Lucy likes to hang out with me. She usually hangs out on a like a dog bed on the table here, but sometimes she wants to be a little more active. So walk around. So the next round will start in about 7 minutes. Hey, Richard Hack in the chat. And yeah, we're all pretty proud of Paul getting that article in Chess Life print. He was nervous to write it at first, and especially with a deadline, but got it together and did it in a really cool way where he did round by round coverage, and then had the broadcast to look back and really capture the mood. And so Lex Huberts is asking if Paul's name is on the article. Yep, it says report right there by FM Paul Whitehead. I'm gonna see if I can get it so that you can see it. Let's see if I go this way. Does that capture it? I have to look. No, that's the wrong way. So let's go this way. That's the winner, Christopher Yu. There it is. If you can read it, Paul report by FM Paul Whitehead, annotations by Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, and I am Christopher Yu. So he is credited in Chess Life with the article, and they do a good job in Chess Life at doing that. John Hartman, who edits that now, they've always done a good job too. Melinda Matthews before, so awesome for them. And they also print what we send them for Chess Life Online, so very cool. Yep. Going down. Good luck to all the players. At 8 o'clock will be the final round of the November Tuesday night marathon. Fun tournament. Very cool, very cool. And then, as I was mentioning before, next Tuesday, we are going to have a full day of chess coverage. We are doing the Giving Tuesday. We're going to do a series of events throughout the day, starting at noon. It may even start earlier than that. We're going to have arenas with special guests. We're going to have some interviews. And we're going to have a couple of tournaments throughout the day, culminating in rounds 1 and 2 of the December Tuesday night marathon, which will start at 6:30. Full day of chess. So really looking forward to that. And yeah, I don't want to jinx anything. So we have some confirmations of the events, but I'm hoping that by the time the newsletter comes out, and by the way, everyone, we will be releasing the newsletter out on Thanksgiving morning. We plan to have it done by tomorrow night, and then approved for release, and then we'll release it on Thursday. I don't know what Winslow's arguing about. You're getting it on Thanksgiving. Like, I mean, the alternative is to get it Saturday. You'd rather have it sooner. The article. So a tough match for Elliot in this next round. He's got Kyron Griffith. 3 minutes before the start of the round. And in the newsletter, hopefully we can update most of the events that'll happen on that Giving Tuesday. And all of that chess coverage on that Tuesday is we're going to try to raise awareness in support of the Mechanics Institute and donations directly to our Scholastic Chess program, which is really awesome. We're running a summer camp this week, and we have like 23, 24 players in the camp. Really excited about that. And kudos and special thanks to Judith, who has rallied all the kids to show up, and then our amazing group of coaches, which includes I am Elliot Winslow. He's coaching that kids camp, and Andy Schley, who's doing an amazing job, and Coach Colin. So fantastic team of coaches serving the kids, helping out the kids. Did I say summer? The winter camp. Sorry, the winter camp. Our holiday camp. How's that? And then and we'll also have another holiday camp December during before the Christmas and after. So lots of stuff for the kids at the Mechanics Institute. Winter is coming. That is absolutely true. Game of Thrones fans. So the round will start in about a minute. The final round of the November Tuesday night marathon. I feel like it went by fast, this marathon. I feel like November was going by fast. It's just like flying by. To me, it seems anyway. Probably the year feels like it's flying fast with everything going on. But I am looking forward to live chess in 2021. So I remember I was talking to Paul months ago when we were talking, and he was saying that to think about the moment when we're all back inside the Mechanics Institute, getting ready to start a Tuesday night marathon round, and we just know that we've overcome everything that's going on with the pandemic and everything is back to normal. So hopefully that day comes sooner than later. Not even rooting for back to normal. We're just rooting to get back inside and playing live chess. I was telling everyone about that conversation we had, that there's going to be a day when we're going to be standing inside the Mechanics Institute, getting ready to start a Tuesday round, and we know that we overcame and we're back to chess.
If there had been anybody else saying that except for you, I wouldn't believe them. But
well, thank you very much. That means a lot.
but because it's you, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and now the team effort and and Judith working hard to get a lot of information about like what other tournament directors do and how they're doing live chess, and she's bringing that information back, and yeah, it'll happen, and we're getting the knowledge of how to do it, and then my job will be to do the convincing and the little the politics around that. But we will get there, and we're looking forward to it because we love our online community, and that'll always stay and be the same. But we want to have both, and there's no reason we can't have both. And now we can have a Tuesday night marathon live, and then do our Thursday night marathon online. So,
well, coming up next year, in terms of the broadcast, is I won't have this background. I'm going to have a different background. We're going to have a screen behind me, and
you're going to be more professional than
I'm going to be more in a costume. And my girlfriend just said, what you have, Paul, you have all these purses hanging up behind you. They're going to think these purses are your purses. So, there's all kinds of, glitches, and I should probably start wearing a costume, like my, a hat and some sunglasses or something, and up the entertainment value a little bit. So I'm gonna be looking to up my game pretty soon. I'm Chess Monster 666, and
and we'll leave the light on for you.
Leave the light on for me. Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Alexi.
So let's stay on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's stay on this game while we wait. We have the top 2 boards up while we wait for the rest of the games to come up. So this is Javier and Arun Dixit, who has his shot at glory right now, right here. This is the day. Today is the day for Arun.
Okay, yeah. And if you're playing a Grandmaster, go for it.
Chess Monster 667 coming soon.
Yeah, that's right. The latest edition, Chess Monster 667. Yeah. It's like it comes out in different what do they call that?
Iterations or whatever.
Yeah, updates.
We got newsletter 1000 coming around the corner.
Wow.
Late next year.
That's incredible. Started by John Donaldson.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
And Max Howe's in the chat. Oh. Yeah, Judith is in the back office TDing, so just hold your shorts. We'll take care of it. I know Judith's following the chat, so she is aware. Do not worry. There's also a Zoom hotline that is in your welcome email, so you can find that too. But anyway, let's check Elliot and Kyron. And Elliot avoided the Karo Khan by playing d4.
And we have a Slav. So let's move on here.
There's a long way to go for stuff there.
And this is interesting. Black has offered up a pawn here in the opening. To get some play going here. So this is how you have to play when you're playing a Grandmaster with Black. You have to play aggressively and take some chances. And I'm sure this is a prepared system. What is this, an accelerated dragon? Is this how this went?
The modern defense standard.
Okay.
Pterodactyl, Eastern variation. And there's another word that I'm not even going to attempt to read. What is that?
The pterodactyl, huh?
Okay, it's the modern defense standard, pterodactyl, Eastern variation, Ramphorhynchus variation.
Oh, well, it's just chess.
Put all that. I mean, for God's sake, like why does it, the pterodactyl and the...
Yeah, it's we'll see.
So I'm gonna pull up some more games, but it means I'm gonna have to do this. So bear with me while I do all of this.
Kyron and Elliot. So who's on board 2?
That is the Kyron and Elliot game.
Oh, that's the Kyron Elliot game. But Nicholas Wang is playing, right? With 4 points.
He is, and he's got what does he got? He's got Mike Walder. And and then I'll just follow board 1 on. And here is the game. This is Mike Walder and Nicholas Wang.
So it's a Richter Rouser with Queen B6. Interesting. Or I guess a Richter Rouser. Or maybe it's a poison pawn, where black, instead of taking the pawn at B2, plays knight C6. Very interesting.
We have some interesting matchups in the round. Here's one of them. This is Felix German against Chelsea Zhu. This should be a good game.
Well, why can't white win a pawn with knight takes E5? I think black has blundered a pawn here.
And why rook b8? Just to
get the rook off the long diagonal, but bishop e6 is the normal move there. Rook b8 just seems to hang a pawn after knight takes e5. So fairly standard move combination there.
And another match that
very odd
is this one right here. This is Ethan Baldi against Javier Silva.
Already black looks like he's got a nice game. You know, a nice central pawns and bishops working well to control the center. Very kind of more of a straightforward position here. White's play has been kind of artificial.
And let's kick back up to board one.
I'm definitely liking white's game here. I mean black's game. Oh, what's gone on? What happened here? Black gave up the queen for 2 pieces? Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Not enough compensation here. Black has a knight and a bishop for a queen, but I mean, it's just a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's not really going to add up to anything, I think, in the long run here.
Yeah, something didn't go right.
Well, I mean, it must have been deliberate.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he overlooked knight a4 probably, and now has to give up the queen for.
Yeah, this is did not go well, to say the least.
Well, black has 2 pieces.
No. I don't think that was the intention.
Yeah, knight a4 was overlooked. So now black has to, sometimes though, it can be tough, you know, 2 pieces for a queen. You never know. And this is just another one of those Slav positions that I don't understand.
You're not a fan, huh?
Well, I just never got into these positions. Always being a King's Indian player or something like that. And my brother knew how to play all kinds of standard positions, whereas I just avoided them, and I was too impatient to play positions like this for either side.
So we should not have you do a class on openings?
No, not unless I'm going to learn them as we go along. No, the opening, I'm trying to think of what I could contribute to an opening class. Very little, I think. Yeah.
I think we may have a special guest coming shortly. Let's see. Well, now what? Because let's go to Mike Walder and Nicholas Wang.
Okay. Well, these are 2 players that love to battle it out.
Some fighting chess.
So far, we just got one of those kind of standard sort of Richter Rouser positions or Nador positions. White's taken on f6. Usually he plays pawn f5 here, but you have to watch out for bishop h6. So this White's going to try to pressure this h5 pawn, and these kind of positions, they were even seen in the Fischer-Spassky match. So all kinds of, maneuvering going on here.
And let's check in on this game here between Chelsea and Felix. It seems like she did not take that pawn.
Yeah. Missed a tactical opportunity.
And you saw like right away.
Well, I think it's just so standard. Yeah. And now we're in a sort of a normal kind of position. I still think Black's rook is misplaced on b8, but Black got away with it. Should have lost a pawn.
Going back to
this game, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This book, I mean, it looks like it's probably been seen before. At some point, White's probably going to play rook b1 and b4 and start a minority attack on the queen side, and
And joining us shortly will be Dr. Alexi Root.
All right.
Oh, I think I'm here. Oh, there I am.
You are. Hey, Alexi.
Hi. I'm actually very honored to be invited. I was thinking to myself, well, it's the last round. It's too important. They don't want me on. That's fine.
No, not at all. We're sort of gassed actually by the end. By the last round.
I want to hear what the rabbit has to say about this position.
Yeah. The rabbit, I'm sure, will be making. I mean, he's busy chewing something up right now, but I'm sure he'll make a appearance soon.
F pawn. I thought you were playing in a chess tournament.
So
we even bragged about it.
Yeah, F pawn is here, and
oh wow,
F pawn.
Yeah, he's been doing well in his the Olympiad for people with disabilities.
Right.
Following his posts about it, it's super exciting. Congratulations, Michael.
Next round is in 10 hours.
To the team.
10 hours, yeah. They play in the morning.
He posted that they won 3.5 against the number 10 team. So
I think U.S. Chess even wrote something about it. I'm trying
That's
to
terrific.
find that and link it.
I made my contribution by getting crushed by F pawn last week in the arena.
And we put it in the newsletter.
I saw that game actually live. That was a nice sacrifice. But yeah, then it was in the newsletter too.
You were prepping him.
I was prepping him.
Right.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does sound good.
I'm trying to go on the U.S. Chess site, but it's not coming up for some reason.
Yeah, I actually had trouble getting onto it today, which is weird.
Yeah, I think they're having site issues or something.
Technical difficulties.
We're no stranger to that ourselves. So. But thank you for coming on and hanging out with us and breaking down the games and.
Look at Elliot castling on the queen side.
Oh yeah.
That is
side castling.
That's gutsy.
Yeah.
That's a declaration of war.
That's a declaration of war. If he castled on the king side and then played that minority attack with rook b1 and b4, instead he's castling on the queen side and he's going to play g4, g5. So completely changing the complexion of the game with this queenside castling. He's saying, I'm going for it, Kyron. What have you got?
Yeah, and U.S. Chess needs their IT guys or gals going because I was gonna put that article that they did about
Now you can't do it. Yeah.
the team.
Oh, we can't link to them because their site's down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But what I can do is well, let me see, make sure I can do it first.
So this position is just in dynamic balance or imbalance.
I got to grab my cord. I'm running out of power here.
I don't know if I would have played bishop e6 if I was black there. I think I would have just gone straight ahead and played b5. Maybe the knight would have gone to e6.
Sorry about that.
So this is, what about board one? Where Gusenev is up a queen for 2 pieces. Oh!
Wait a minute.
Well, now...
Did black get another piece?
And a piece.
Oh, it's up a piece. Well,
Yeah, but no, now he's gotten some pawns, but no, now it's a queen and 2 pawns versus a rook and a knight. So it's white's just sort of on cruise control here. Black is going to thrash around, but I just feel that the grandmaster is going to find a way to put this one to sleep.
So if people want to follow the FIDE Olympiad, for the online Olympiad for people with disabilities, there is the link. You can watch the games on Chess24.
That's exciting. At least one link is working, right, Abel?
Yes, I know Chess24's got it. I gotta make sure it works first before I start announcing it. But yeah, they did it.
Now white has 3 passed pawns on the queen side.
Yeah, and that queen too.
The only possibility for black here is that white will find some way to choke here.
Wait, white's the grandmaster, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Maybe no choking will happen.
Hey, let's switch up. We've got a question about Elliot's game.
Yep. Here it is.
Oh, and Michael Eigner says that Chess24 doesn't post the games until after they end, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they're worried that people are going to send signals somehow.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. We don't feel that way, but this is not the Olympiad. This is, plus if they take my advice, they're really going to be in trouble.
They're really rolling the dice there. Yeah.
All right, so we had a really complicated question about this. How does this compare to a Sicilian Yugoslav attack? Okay. Oh yeah.
I think we're just talking about opposite side attacking and just, they're always the same opposite side attacks. They're, in one way or another, it's just who can get to the other king first, Sometimes the players, want to be more conservative, but so what's Elliot thinking about here? Black already kind of maybe has the idea of playing knight e4, but I mean,
so
Elliot.
You don't think black plays things like b5?
Yeah, black is going to play b5.
Okay.
But also, black can also play knight e4 because the bishop is x-raying a2 as well. Maybe as a possibility.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, Elliot and Michael Walder, they love this, as aggressive, these super sharp, aggressive, opposite side castling, attacking things. And I'm like, why don't you guys take it easy, and play some positional chess or something for a change. But it's always, sack, mate. That's all they can think about. I don't know.
Sounds exciting.
And then they go and have dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They like to prepare and eat food.
And eat well, apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it is very different from a Yugoslav attack. I think the way that in the way that it's kind of similar in anything is that there's opposite side attacking going on here. Yeah, they are not only they're roommates. Richard
That's
Hack.
right.
So they do dine with each other. Yeah, and this stuff gets written about. It's like what they have for dinner actually becomes worldwide entertainment and news.
That's how you know you've arrived.
Yeah.
When what you ate is like a thing that can wind up in chess base.
Chess base.
Magazine.
Yeah, to Rick Paca, what they eat is on chess base. Just look for a Grandmaster Chef.
Grandmaster Chef.
I think now 13 articles of what they eat on chess base.
And it's nice to have articles like that take take a turn in a little different way and related to chess. And here right now,
I was right. Chiron threw his knight into e4, and so this is the idea. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a different type of article, not a food article.
Not a food article, but your most recent article.
My most recent one, yes. Thank you for posting.
What is that about?
Well, that one is thanks, as usual, to the Mechanics Institute, because I enjoy being in your Twitch chat. I also enjoy being on screen, but when I was in the Twitch chat, I met Gonzalo Muniz from Uruguay, and I already had this idea to write about chess in the outdoors. So I was just like, do you play chess outdoors in Uruguay? And then it went from there.
Huh. Did he send pictures or anything like that? Or
yes.
Fantastic pictures.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to take a look at this.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you should, because the pictures are really spectacular.
They're
chess in Uruguay.
Amazing pictures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not only that, but what I loved about that guy was his slang for the chess pieces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was his
donkey, the chess donkey,
the spike, the mama,
the mama, and all that stuff. It was just
I
so
did not
charming.
get all that slang in the article, so there is still room for more articles.
Part 2. Yeah, there's a part 2.
Well, no, I was thinking Paul's on his writing kick. He can now, do a follow-up article.
Well,
fun.
We'll see. We'll see. I have to be drag kicking.
She's
and screaming.
pulling you back in. You thought you were out. You're pulled back in.
No, it's great that Paul's writing articles. I mean, he
loves it. I mean, he loves it as much as he says.
Right.
He like whines and he enjoys it. And he does a fantastic job with it.
Well, thank you guys. You're very kind. I'm just in it for the money.
Oh, this is a good suggestion. A combined news and memoirs.
Yeah, well, I've been kind of doing that, right? With my
newsletter. Yes.
Yeah, and then in the newsletter, I do that a lot. Mm-hmm. So here's Black trying to make something happen here.
Looks like White's trying to promote and
yeah, it's just one of those things.
And Black's not going to do anything about it. I mean, this is tough.
And Richard Hack, who's in the chat here, he's a writer himself.
Oh, great.
I know.
Yes, I learned that.
And also, to my mind, he's has the distinction and was very kind to put up William Lombardi for more than maybe as much for as long as 2 weeks. Lombardi was homeless on the streets of San Francisco for a while, and Richard took him into his small apartment, and Lombardi stayed there sheltered off of the street for a while. It was incredible.
And he's in the chat saying he was right outside one night.
Yeah, he
mechanics.
slept outside the mechanics. It was ridiculous.
Wow, that is ridiculous for someone of Lombardi's stature.
Yeah, yeah. And interesting that Lombardi made his way here from New York when I really loved meeting Lombardi. I didn't know him at all, but what a great guy, what a character. I know there are people that really dislike him, and but to me, he was just a wonderful character.
That sounds like a really good story for either you or Richard to write up for the newsletter.
That's true. That's true.
That would be a fantastic.
And not only that, what was really funny, Lexi, is I had a memory that I played Lombardi, and in fact, I had played Lombardi at Lone Pine in the 70s, and I lost to him. And
you have that sheet,
and so I could include that game.
Yeah, that's a great idea. See, we've already written your next article for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, and I have a picture of myself with Lombardi that actually Ralph Lewin took, Abel. A nice picture that Ralph took.
I think I might have seen it.
I think I've seen it actually, because I think it's on the rotation of photos that Mechanics uses.
That's right. That's right.
It. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I made that little. I don't think we use it anymore, or I haven't seen it in a long time. But I made that little.
No, that's right. Because it's on the computer at work for the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that photo rotation. I didn't know you had created it, Paul.
I did create it, actually.
Yeah. Good job. Well, you have the filmmaking skills, because I watched your film, so
that film is for adults only.
Did you read his book? Paul Whitehead Teaches Chess.
No, that was actually an old computer.
Hey, hold on! I have inside information on Paul Whitehead Teaches Chess, because I've been friends for a lot of years with a guy named Ed Chang.
Oh, Ed Chang, how's he doing?
He's in Portland, Oregon, or more specifically Gresham, Oregon.
Wow, say hi for me.
I will.
Wow, Ed Chang.
Ed Chang was the one who did the computer work for Paul Whitehead Teaches Chess.
Wow, him and Martin Marshall. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I should let Ed know that I'm on this broadcast. Then he should start watching it.
Yeah, that's great.
And Gadir Guseyanov wins his game and has won the November Tuesday night marathon.
Wow.
The consummate professional.
5.5 out of 6. Congratulations to him.
And Elliot is trying to take this into the technical phase here. And it's, kind of, if black trades, white's going to be able to try to play pawn to c4, so maybe white would be slightly better there. But black should be okay, I think.
Maybe it'll be another draw. Like first one roommate draws Chiron and then the other roommate draws Chiron.
Well, neither player is really given. I mean, it's a Slav defense. I think that neither player has sort of given the other player really terrible problems so far in this game. And it's, there's been a little bit of sparring back and forth, but nobody got too nervous. And now we can even see the specter of bishops of opposite colors sort of raised here. Will Chiron keep the queens on? And he probably should, but it's going to be a little difficult for white to get some play going. But the king side is pretty blocked up.
In this game, it's like nothing's happening right now on that king side. So,
so Chiron keeps the and Elliot can try to force the issue with queen c5. Wow, this is an exciting game.
This is Ethan Baldi is white against Javier Silva.
Well, this is a game where black really looked like had a grip on the game. And in a way, positionally still does, but there's
Yeah, I mean, look at
tactics.
that white bishop on b2. Look at that white bishop.
Yeah,
on b2.
that's right. It's not good. But on the other hand, there's concrete things going on here, like queen takes g8 check.
That's true.
And so maybe black should play king d7 or king e7 or something like that, or knight f6 defends the rook and chases the queen back.
Oh wow! Look what black did there.
All right. So after king g1, is black going to play queen e3?
Queen e3. What I was looking at.
And then if queen g8, queen g8, king e7, queen c8, knight h3 check, and a smothered mate.
That would be very entertaining. I would love that.
Oh, instantly he plays it.
Yeah, like there you go. The thread is made in two.
This is one of these. If this works, then this is one of these cool brilliancy things where you use rook to get a smothered mate. That'd be pretty cool.
And it would be White's duty to allow it, just to see something fun.
Yeah, let's see something fun. Exactly. No, this is who is playing black. That black came up with
Javier Silva.
Javier Silva.
Oh wow!
You know, I was just playing over. I got a book out from the Mechanics, or no, it was a donated book called The Sorcerer's Apprentice by Bronstein, and this is a fantastic book, absolutely fantastic book, chess book. He wrote the Zurich 1953 as well, and he is just a superb thinker about chess. And he writes about, he's one of those rare players that will play the beautiful continuation rather than the correct continuation, right? And you would, you know, as a grandmaster or a world-class player, you don't do that kind of thing, right? You always play the correct, simple move that wins. But Bronstein is an exception to that and will play the beautiful variation, even if it takes longer to win, you know. So it's really an extraordinary, he's a really extraordinary chess artist, very unusual player. And
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, it's called. And he writes beautifully about chess. One of the most original and beautiful thinkers of about chess is Bronstein. So yeah, Bronstein would totally approve of that, you know, playing for the smothered mate. That would be right up his alley, you know, rather than finding some
in the chat,
way.
Richard is pointing out that there's a famous Mickey Mouse movie, Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
As well as a movie and book. Teenagers.
So, yeah. But Bronstein is a real outlier in that. No other grandmaster would take that approach. You know, I'm playing for beauty before correctness, you know. And if it was coming from somebody other than Bronstein, you'd be like, oh, well, you know, but this guy played a match for the world championship. He drew Botvinnik a match for the world championship, you know, and he probably should have won, you know, according to Kasparov and other people as well. So a really amazing chess artist. So go read it, everybody. The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
You know what? You're talking yourself into making it the next book in your book series after Art of Attack.
Yeah, that's true. Or Zurich 1953.
Yeah.
Great, incredible chess book.
And I just put it in the chat. Sorcerer's Apprentice, David Bronstein.
Oh, cool. Chess has all these rabbit holes, Alexei.
Oh, that sounds like a invitation, Einstein. Einstein's just chilling out there.
Time to introduce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess you can see him.
Is that
Oh,
a
wow.
chess book that's chewed up on the floor there?
He gets to chew things up, that's for sure.
So I like the way Chiron is playing for the attack. And I think
what did Chiron just play? I missed it. I was
96.
on my rabbit. What?
So I like the way Chiron's played this. He's sort of, Elliot's attack on the king side is stalled, and black seems to have more prospects here. This is tough for Elliot. And he's 5 minutes behind on the clock as well.
5 minutes. That can be meaningful. So.
But if white plays f3, he might be able to bust out with e4 here.
All right, there's a question, does bishop d6 help? Oh, okay, kind of rerouting the bishop over to the queen side?
Yeah, but if it's on the queen side, it's just going to get harassed with a5 and b6 and stuff like that. So
that's a good point.
And Lex is saying rabbits make it past Thanksgiving, not necessarily the next religious.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, don't ask Michael Walder and Elliot Winslow what they're going to have for dinner next time. Those guys are voracious.
They're not going to eat rabbits, I don't think. I think they're pretty much pescatarian, and Michael Walder told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fish eaters.
Speaking of
Only
which,
fish. Yeah.
let's check on
Oh, yeah.
Last time I had a rabbit, it was a chocolate rabbit for Easter.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't have to disown you. Okay. So let's see here. Michael Walder, how are you doing?
Those are good. Chocolate rabbits.
Chocolate rabbits are super good, yeah. See, this is normally just writing articles with Mike Walder makes me hungry, but now you guys are talking about food and making me hungry. This is really something.
Hey, Paul had me in suspense there. It's like the only type of rabbit I've had. I'm like, what? It's a chocolate rabbit.
He cracked you up.
And I'm
That's
like,
funny.
okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is a complicated game.
Yeah, it really is.
All the pawns and pieces are on the board still. And look how fast Nicholas Wang is moving. I mean, compared to Mike. But now there's the threat of the pawn on g6. If b5, looks like white could play rook takes g6.
Well, it's black's move anyway, so I guess that helps a little, right?
Yeah, but if bishop e7, then the knight will go into b6. So it looks like Nicholas might have gotten bamboozled a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see, what can he do? We know what the threat is.
Like if b5, rook takes g6.
Oh, he just ignores it, huh?
Yeah, because if b takes a4, rook takes g7.
Oh, okay.
Bishop e7, knight b6, and Michael scores and if knight b4, there you go, knight b4. What happens on that?
Right, because that knight on a4 is kind of loose right now.
White will probably play rook c3 on knight b4.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we have a lot of calculating going on here.
Maybe that's why Nicholas has slowed down to calculate.
That's right, Mr. Calculator.
He has.
There was a comment about you can get used to baking chocolate too. I'm not sure what that means, but
Well, I think brown or white chocolate. Somebody wanted to know whether I had a white chocolate rabbit or a black chocolate rabbit. Actually, it was a brown and white chocolate rabbit.
Oh, eating chocolate with no sugar. I don't know. I'm kind of used to eating chocolate with lots of sugar in it. So, all right. Can we stay on this game for a little more to
Sure.
Yeah.
figure it out? Okay.
Absolutely. Break it down.
All right. So let's see. Because I agree with Paul that rook d6 threat. So I'm wondering what we can do.
Well, we got the tactics here. If knight b4, rook c3.
Right. That's annoying for black, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but that's still, yeah, because then if like bishop c6, then a3. But then maybe queen d7, I don't know.
Right. Hitting
This is really complicated.
Yeah.
Well, white just moved his rook from f3 to d3. If rook h3, then knight b4, I mean, white's trying to solve this with tactics here, coming in on d6 or b6 or something here.
Okay, I have a question for you, Paul, and it's probably a dumb one. But what if we play something? Oh, never mind. He played knight b4. I was thinking maybe you could play like d5 and then trade and then knight b4, but I don't know how that would help.
D5 might have been an interesting move too. But now white's obviously going to play rook c3, and is black going to just go back with the knight? It's possible that he could.
Oh, hey, that's a thought. We could have like a little repetition going, but I suspect Mike will not repeat. But oh, there's rook c3. I guess we're going to find out.
And he goes right back.
Yeah. So he's saying, go ahead. I just will. I'm willing to take a draw here if you want to repeat. Well, Mike has.
This is well played by Nicholas, though. To sort of try to wiggle out of it. White's pieces are very awkwardly placed in a sense. Like b5 is a huge threat here. And if white's going to white needs to come up with something here. And
well, yeah, you're right. That knight on a4 is so awkward. And so unless white has something special here, that's tough. Yeah.
I think rook d3 is a just result here. Rook d3, knight b4, rook c3. That looks like about right.
Does that make Mike Walder like the drawing specialist of this tournament? Like, how many draws has the guy had in this tournament?
Let's take a look here.
That's interesting. Well, it's like, that's actually an interesting thing.
This will be his 4th draw out of 6.
Well,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's becoming a hard guy to beat, and that's a good thing to be.
He can say he went undefeated in the Tuesday Night Marathon.
That's also difficult to do. Once you start becoming hard to beat, it becomes there's an aura is created around you, and you start gaining confidence too.
Let's check in on Kyron and Elliot.
We can switch now, but I'm glad we looked at this for a while. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
All right. Oh, yeah, this game. Wow, there's a pawn on f3 all of a sudden now.
Yeah, because black played knight f3 and white took it with his knight, and then we've ended up with this. So this is clearly better for black, with all the light squares and the weak white king, and if white can trade queens, then he'll be doing okay, I suppose.
Right, opposite colored bishops.
But black has a bit of a run of the board here now.
They did draw Mike Walder and Nicholas Wang.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So Mike's going to join us in the chat, I bet. That'll be good.
These guys are good players, both of them. Nicholas Wang, he had a very good tournament, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I mean, did he even lose? Yeah.
I feel bad for some of
Kyron. That was it.
Right. I feel bad for some of these players like Kyron and Nicholas, who, like Kyron, if there was no pandemic, he could be playing for an IM norm now.
Yes.
And the same with Nicholas. He could be like actually trying to become a chess master. He
would have been 2,000 plus for sure.
Yeah, and I feel that there are certain players whose development is
But the thing is through all the playing that they've been able to continue, and the level of competition that they have here, do you think that they'll be more likely to achieve that then versus because they might be playing players that may not have been as active?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. What Hosea became an IM, right? And so did Hans Niemann during this pandemic, I think.
Yeah, but they've been playing a lot. I mean, and both of them are streaming all the time.
And they both traveled to St. Louis, I think, maybe.
Charlotte.
Yeah. And they're young.
They're pointing out that Hans was already an IM and got a GM norm.
Yeah, Josiah IM.
Or maybe a GM title.
He got the title. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So Hans Niemann got his GM norm. Wow.
Okay.
He got the title.
Okay, GM norm, but he needs the rating to get the title. Okay.
Okay, right.
No, he got a GM norm, but that doesn't mean he's gotten the title, right? I mean, you need more than one norm.
Right. I don't know how many norms he has.
I thought he had 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has 3. He just needs to get the rating.
Okay, he just needs his rating up. Okay. So, and Josiah actually got his title.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he got the requirements. He just.
And Hans needs the rating.
Yeah. Right.
How many years do you need to get the how long does Hans have to get his rating up to 2,500? Is there a specific amount of time?
I thought it was it 5 years, Judith? I wonder if she knows. I think it's 5 years, I thought. Or I don't know if it's indefinite. Like, I thought it was 5 years, actually.
That's plenty of time. I'm sure Hans can get his rating up to 4 or 5 years. So.
Yeah.
It might be like whenever. Like, you know, you could do it 10 years like from now, but I'm not 100% sure.
So Hosea is an international master now.
Right. Yes. That's exciting. You guys have to throw him a party, right? Once everything is back in person.
Yeah, throw him a virtual party.
Or a virtual.
And so Hans already has 3 GM norms, huh? But no title because his rating
20
is
20 points, 20 FIDE points.
Yeah. Right.
And
he'll get it.
Let's jump to this game here. This was what we were
following. Yeah, I remember this, the smothered mate game. What happened?
You didn't fall for the smothered mate. Can you believe it?
And actually, he went into the thing like almost 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
And just then played.
Didn't get smothered mated.
90. Yeah.
Well, Black has just got a winning position anyways. Exchange up with a strong attack. Regardless, and
there's a potential of like
White's White's has a lost position anyway.
Checking real
trying
quick.
To land a cheapo maybe, but that's it.
There's Chelsea Zhu against Felix German.
Well, eventually Black lost the center pawn. He should have lost the center pawn
a long time ago.
But he finally did lose it somehow. So, so this is obviously better position for White.
Yeah, it's a nice position for White. Maybe E4 is coming.
Got to watch out for knight F4 check though, and picking up.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe not immediately then.
Yeah, this has gone bad for Black.
Eventually E4 is coming, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to the board 2.
So this is Elliot struggling here, trying to trade queens. And I'm not sure of, I mean, Kyron, playing A5, A4 is great and everything, but it takes a little bit of it's now harder to play B5 and B4, which maybe would have been a good continuation of the attack. But Black's position is nice and strong, you know. He's playing risk-free here.
Okay, well, so here he's saying he's willing to trade queens on his terms. So.
Done.
Yeah, the endgame is probably not too good for White either, but
Yeah, now that I kept saying earlier B5 was coming, maybe B5 is definitely coming. B5, B4 here.
Yeah, I'm not, and plus the weak king side pawns. Elliot's just losing this, I think. Too many black is going to have too many threats eventually.
Yeah, just look at those.
Yeah, this G5 is not very scary for black.
Well, I think Elliot's just trying to avoid losing pawns on the king side. Mm-hmm. So he's playing this first to try to liquidate a pawn over there.
And Lex is in the chat liking Kyron's position here.
Yeah, I think we all like Kyron's position, probably in this case.
Lex, you're right, absolutely right. But then, of course, there's nothing more important than chess, I mean, yeah.
Except for the fact that chess is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Joking, obviously.
Yeah, obviously joking, yeah.
I kind of wonder, Abel, you were saying you enjoy my articles about like chess and cooking and so on.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder whether without the pandemic, I'd be able to write so many, because if it were normal times, there'd be all this actual chess news to cover.
Yeah, and what about for you? Like, I mean, you obviously you'd be following all the events that would be going on, but is it different for you in terms of the amount of time that you have to kind of sit down and do more writing, or?
Yes, I've been writing like crazy during the pandemic, so I guess there's just less to do in person than there obviously than there used to be. So I'm like, this whole outdoor chess series is me like virtually traveling to these places.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a fascinating thing. It was, I mean, you're writing about chess in other countries, and but you're getting these reports from people on the ground there, right?
Yeah. No, someday I hope to actually travel to all those places I've written about, but we'll see.
No, love those pictures from that article that I put in the Twitch chat. Just seeing the outdoor activity. I mean, I was looking at that, and it made me think of the street chess that was in San Francisco, right there on Market. I mean, that's what it looks like when you click on that article. So, interesting.
Is there any outdoor chess right now in San Francisco, or is everything?
Actually, that's a really good point. I'll bet you that there is, and down near Yerba Buena Plaza.
Probably Yerba Buena, yeah.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. People used to come into the mechanics and say, where can I play chess outside? And just a few blocks from the Mechanics Institute, there's a place where people play chess outside.
And actually, I was told that the street chess from Market Street, they relocated to Yerba Buena Gardens.
Okay, those guys, yeah. Good tournament, Michael Walder. Very good tournament. Congratulations.
Yeah, good job, Mike. Although we heard, 4 draws out of 6 games. Is that right?
That is correct.
The drawing master.
Undefeated.
So Elliot is resorting to tactics here to try to defend, but this doesn't seem to work. Can't Black play b6 and then take on g5?
Oh wow, Black's just going to try to mate Elliot.
Yeah, this has just gone completely south for Elliot. I mean, this is just not good. It's funny, the queenside castling was a poor choice, I think, in this game. White can't even play rook d5 here because of rook h1 check. I think Elliot's just stopped calculating here.
Yeah.
And that happens. I mean,
It's like, what do you do? Like, you don't even know what to do.
Maybe Black will play king f5 and king e4, but then there's that b6 move again. And now he can take on g5.
Yeah.
And it's starting to just get unraveled. And White's wasted a whole bunch of moves here. Over the board outside, like dining outside, right?
Yeah, that has not trickled to our area, although there have been a couple of organizers, actually kid organizers, Pranav Siram in either San Jose or Fremont. I can't remember where, but he did
The
a small
Tuesday night marathon outside.
did I'm outside in San Francisco. You know where it would be good that street close to Mechanics, the Maiden Lane.
Maiden Lane.
You just put the boards straight
Sure.
on down that lead all the way to that center.
Oh, there's a link. There's something to click on. Let me click on the link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, 13 best places for chess in San Francisco. Mechanics being number 1. Well, that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
Yeah, made in Lex and Maiden Lane.
Maiden Lane might, I mean,
You
The
can
thing
line the tables, play chess all the way to Union Square.
That would definitely get you some newspaper coverage.
oh yeah. Do you know Maiden Lane, Alexi?
I do not.
Yeah. There's a building by Frank Lloyd. It's right near the Mechanics Institute.
Oh, okay.
And Frank Lloyd Wright designed one of the stores in there. It's like a mini Guggenheim museum.
Wow.
And it's changed. I don't know what store is in there now, but it's changed ownership a million times. But it's just like the Guggenheim. You walk in and it's got the circular, going upstairs, and Frank Lloyd Wright building.
That sounds so exciting. I need to get to San Francisco, look at all these places.
Yeah, actually, Taryn, who's the strategic partnerships person at the Mechanics Institute, she actually did a lecture on the history of Maiden Lane last year in
Oh, wow.
one of the events inside. Yeah, it's like a cul-de-sac sort of. It's a street, but cars don't go through it. It's big enough to just fit people walking through it, and it leads all the way to Union Square.
Yeah, basically from the Mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the King
There's
March.
a couple of. So this is just, this is just a nice position for black, obviously.
Yeah, white has no way to check that king. That's pretty funny. That king is super safe on e4.
Yeah, tucked away
It's
nicely.
possible that white can still hold this.
That white can still hold it?
Yeah, with bishops of opposite colors. Why isn't Elliot playing rook back to c1 and then playing rook to h1? It's kind of beyond me.
He said like a very frustrated.
Yeah, I take this personally.
Exactly. It's like you were disappointed.
Every white piece is on a dark square. And Kyron's got the winning chances, but there's no win yet. It's like not a fun position for white, but where's the
There's the beef.
yeah. So
Wait a minute, but black is material ahead, but you're saying maybe with the opposite colored bishops?
oh yeah, I mean, white's just moving around here. How does black get through, Yeah. He's going to have to find some sequence of moves to get through.
Okay, there's a question in the chat or a comment. F pawn walks up and then the G pawn. So creating passed pawn, that's certainly an idea. And look, it appears Chiron was listening to you.
Well, there's other problems here, and Elliot's playing active defense, not sure if that's the right thing to do, but Odd things can happen in bishops of opposite color positions.
But it's not quite bishops of opposite color yet because there's these rooks on the board.
Yeah.
Did I miss something? Was there a pawn sack there by black, or maybe?
No, they're just an exchange.
They traded.
Oh, okay.
And as usual, the player that opens the file sometimes gets punished on the file that they open.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot in chess. I think I'll open the A file and then you get punished on the A file, or the same will happen on the H pawn.
And Kyron, with the time to calculate this, he's got 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, look at the time on this. That's also a factor.
I'm not convinced this is a win anymore for black. I mean, white can play king c3 and cover everything on the queen side, and then play rook g1.
That's true.
I'm not convinced this is a win anymore.
It's hard to make a passed pawn on the king side there.
And rook h8, he can't play rook h2. Maybe he's trying to play f4 and then rook h2.
Maybe.
I'm beginning to think this is no longer a win.
Okay, so black's going to play g4 here, right?
Well, then everything is really getting locked up.
Okay.
Maybe bishop e7, then rook h2. So you don't want to encourage rook h2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, or king d3. White's king has to stand here.
Oh, you predicted the move. Good job.
But now rook h2.
And then what do we have to do? King e1?
Well, then king d3.
Yeah, but how are you holding the pawn? Yeah. So he did play.
Well, now g4, but then the bishop goes back to d3. Yeah, Elliot's taking some risks here.
Well, did he really have a choice? I guess he didn't have to play bishop e7, right?
Yeah, he didn't have to play bishop, and now he's losing the b pawn. That's going to be the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
You can't play that b pawn, can you?
This is just like suicide.
So, saying that bishop e7
that's what it looks like to me. You're just letting playing into the guy's intention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. Rook g2 gains a tempo for black. It's like every move white plays is just being led by the nose.
This is looking bad, but
that pawn is going to cost white a lot.
Yeah, Mike says it's over.
Yeah, why? But Elliot
You'll have to console your roommate soon.
Elliot took a large part in his own defeat here, I think.
You think but we didn't look at it that deeply. Maybe there was.
Maybe it was one. Yeah.
I don't look at anything that deeply.
That's why he doesn't allow us to use an engine. Also, just so we don't see how wrong he was.
That's one thing I always liked about this broadcast, though. I've been watching it for a while. Is no engines.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Well, I don't think they're really needed, and they'll just totally get in the way. I mean, I watched Grishuk and what's his name, the Svidler. Those guys don't use an engine. The analysis is very high, not as high as mine, but I don't understand Elliot's play here. I really don't. It's just kind of confounding. He was close to a draw, I think, and very close to a draw. But allowing king d3 and king was nuts.
Check this game out while we can here. Look at this. Oh, we kind of.
Black is winning here. Oh no! Why did he play king d7 and didn't take back? Because it's stalemate.
Stalemate.
Instead,
Oh,
he turned a stalemate. Stalemate's better than losing the game. Oh, I think everybody's tired. Everybody's tired.
Well, except for my rabbit. That's why I've been moving around. The rabbit's kind of like tearing it up here.
Do they chew electrical
Not
cords?
tired. So,
Electrical.
been trying to monitor the rabbit. Well,
Yeah, just eating everything, huh?
he came to life in these last 20 minutes, I think.
Got an active bunny.
Yeah. He's
And
like,
now Elliot's spending all of his time. This is just.
yeah, you know,
Why did you
too
players
late.
do this?
Too late. Too late to spend the time, unfortunately.
He's gonna go down with honor, or he's gonna resign with a second left.
Or just let his time run out.
That's it. Congratulations to Kyron Griffith.
Yeah.
Looks like he
Clear
will take
second?
second. Yeah.
Clear second because Nicholas Wang drew.
Let me see. Is it clear second? It is. So he's got 5. That will be Nicholas Wang won, I think.
He
No,
won.
he drew.
He
No, he drew.
So it'll be
Drew
clear
my
second. It'll be clear second.
Clear second.
5 out of 6. Yep.
Very good. Kyron got very lucky in this tournament. He did.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, those first 2 rounds.
the first 2 rounds, a whole bunch of games. He took a lot of chances. Maybe it's good though. He's getting it out of his system in a way. You know, some of these.
But
sometimes
the funny thing is though, so he drew those first 2 games where he escaped. Now I'm getting my dog's going wild here.
I love it.
we got dogs. We got rabbits.
The pet.
I'm gonna bring my pet snail.
But in those first 2 games, those players ended up finishing 3rd and 4th in the tournament.
Wow.
So they were worthy. So he ended up playing the players that finished 1st, 3rd, 4th, and high up there.
One of the tougher schedules.
Yeah, he did. And in the beginning, we were thinking.
Yeah, I mean he drew with Gusenev and yeah.
And here were Chelsea Zhu and Felix German.
Wow.
And Judith, how many games do we have?
Felix has fought back here.
Yeah, he was down a pawn. Now it's even material, and he's got some pawns marching down.
Well, he's going to lose that pawn. Oh, King E5 is strong move. Wow.
You know, that knight's a little out of play at the moment. Maybe it has to go to B6 and redo itself or something.
It's like both players are in Zugzwang here. But no, King D6, then King F6. But then Bishop D4.
But then, yeah, Bishop D4,
checking.
right, yeah.
White's in control now, though. Bishop D4.
Yeah,
Oh, black is going nowhere with H5. That's not going to work. In fact, black loses his knight now with B3.
Ugh. Yeah, and black has a little bit less time as well. Yeah, this is all black's pieces are having some trouble.
Yeah.
Does Michael Walder speak French?
Good question.
I don't know. He's probably still in the chat. Maybe he'll tell us.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, what does a snail sound like?
He eats French, Alex says. French fries.
Oh, man.
Oh. No.
Well, this is won in all kinds of different ways.
Oh, we were right. He does eat French. There you go.
Crunchy shells. Richard Hack is, White. I have this weird feeling that White's going to fall into some kind of knight fork here.
When the knight's on the board, that's always the
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like Rook G5, 94.
Exactly, something like that. Something horrible like that.
She has enough time, though, to avoid something like that.
There's little things that you can do to sort of prevent those things from happening.
Prevent that kind of blunder.
Yeah, like keeping the king, a bishop, two squares away, keeping the knight 2 squares away. Like the knight can't check the white king for a long time in that configuration.
Yeah, this is looking good for White.
The snail sounds like an appetizer. That's the sound of a snail. Yeah.
That's actually funny. Good job, Mike.
Yeah, that is hilarious. And here again, like if rook e3, knight c2 check,
right?
They're seeing all these little.
Maybe rook f4. Yeah.
That's good enough.
Should be good enough.
Yeah, Felix is just, flailing away here.
And took the
That's
easy
a nice
route.
move.
Yeah, take the
Hi,
easy
Kyron.
route.
That's the kind of move I would play.
Joining us. And,
Thanks, Kyron, for
Hey, Kyron.
providing exciting games.
Congratulations, clear second place.
Clear second for Kyron and Judith. How many games do we have left? Because we're done with the games that I had pulled up. Tentative final results are posted.
Wow.
So let's go to the link. There it is in the chat. I'm pulling it up, and Gadir Gusenov 5.5. Sole first place. Kyron Griffith, sole second place with 5 out of 6. And then sole third place is Nicholas Wang with 4.5.
Wow. Is that right? There was no other 4.5?
No other 4.5. And then 3, 4, 5 players at 4, including Jim Tarjan, Arun Dixit, Mike Walder, Chelsea Zhu, and Ethan Gohl. And Elliot Winslow is out of the top 3 for probably the first time in a while at TNM. And he was at 3.5 after losing to Kyron. He lost to he got a tough draw. He played number 1 and number 2 and lost them both. So
I thought that Elliot might have had a chance to draw closer to the end. He just fell apart.
Yeah.
Right then.
And it looked like it was probably one move that led to complete unraveling.
Yeah, like Bishop E7, right? Wasn't that the one we all got?
Well, Bishop E7 was clearly bad. It's not clear to me that Black had a clear win, but of course, we're just looking at the position.
Yeah, and Kyron's in the chat, and you're probably talking about it right now. After AXB3, it's very hard for White to survive. And pull up the game. Sure.
Maybe yeah. This is better than the old wide world of sports, Richard. Yeah.
All right, so we want to go back to what Kyron said, which was
okay.
He's after A takes B3.
Yeah, I mean
is happy.
Well, that's further back here. But this is not clear to me how Black gets through here. And Elliot decides to be active with A4, which I think is a bit silly, as it gives Black another file to operate on. So if he just plays Rook G1, maybe Black's going to play F4, takes, and then Rook H2.
Well,
but then the king could go to E1. I mean, yeah, Black has...
This was the position here, AXB3, and
I agree.
I agree. Black has all the chances here. and it's tough.
I was mentioning B5 and stuff as an idea here. Yeah, this looked good for black.
And then, yeah. And then you were saying later, Paul, after, all these moves here.
Oh, bishop E4 to C2? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Kyron. His king.
Yeah, I mean, A4 is a bad move, I think, because white is opening up another file for black to try to do something with. So he should try to just play rook G1 or something, and ask black what black's going to do. If black plays F4, then white can take and then play rook E1 or rook E3 check or something like that, and that doesn't look clear to me.
Yeah, and Kyron was not liking this move, if that's what you mean, rook A8.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looked to me like white was probably drawing around this point, I would say.
I took a peek at the analysis here.
And what well, it's going to say black is better.
Black is better.
Black is a pawn ahead. So the computer is always going to say that black is better for sure. Who won the under 1600 section?
The under 1600 was Philip Gerstoft with 5.5. Actually, it was a tie. Pranav Pradeep and Philip Gerstoft at 5.5 out of 6.
Congratulations, everybody.
Their only draws were against each other.
Oh, wow.
In round 3.
Wow.
So, and then there was a 4-way tie for third with Brian Hood, Kevin Sun, Sebi Suarez, and Nate Andaya. And Sebi was in the chat asking if there were tie breaks.
Right.
Cash prizes, there's no tie breaks. So
happy Thanksgiving, Kyron, and we're gonna have snails, rabbit, and what else are we having?
For not rabbit.
Chocolate bunnies.
Chocolate bunnies, and yeah.
And what's Mike Walder having for dinner tonight? It's being made right now. Golko fan, what are you eating?
What is Mike Walder having for dinner tonight?
And just want to take this opportunity here on the broadcast before we sign out. Just thank you, everyone, for just following what we do and following our events and being a part of it. And it's
a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a pleasure and honor for us to share that with everyone. And super, super big thank you to Judith, who's in the virtual back room, pairing the games, putting up all the standings, updating everything, updating the website, and when we're over here talking and busy, she jumps into the Twitch chat and starts answering questions. So she does it all. We're thankful for her. Thank you for everything you do, and another great tournament and a well-earned Thursday off coming where we can enjoy some food. And I was joking earlier. It was kind of weird that we're gonna have no chess going on Thursday. It's kind of weird where there wasn't something of some sort going on, but we're gonna relax and enjoy the time we have. And
Mike is mentioning that one of our Grandmaster Chef recipes, Iman Bayildi, is now one of the favorites around the household. Like we made for a Grandmaster, and now it's become one of the favorites.
Wasn't that one of the first ones that you did?
It was pretty early on. Yeah.
Well, Paul, Alexi, thank you very much for
thank you
being part of the broadcast. Thank you, Judith, and thank you, Mike Walder and Elliot and everyone, Richard Hack, Lex Huberts, just everyone in the chat that follows what we do every Tuesday and becomes a part of it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great pleasure to be a part of that. So
I feel like I'm sitting in the club.
Yeah, there was a moment when we were doing the broadcast where it's like, you know what? It's like we're here, we're obviously online, but the way we're chatting and that we can see each other and see the games, you do have those moments where, yeah, this is a Tuesday night. This is what we do.
It's amazing.
So Thank you, everyone. And we will be back next Tuesday. Big Tuesday for us, Giving Tuesday. We're going to have a lot of events. We'll unveil it in the newsletter. And the newsletter will come out Thursday morning. Seeing who we can rate as we sign off. I think we're going to do... let's give it to Jeff Friedel. And we will do that now. I'm Abel Talamantes with FIDE Master Paul Whitehead and Dr. Alexi Root, Women International Master. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, round 1 and 2 of the December Tuesday Night Marathon, among many other things. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Quick question for you, Abel. Are you starting the meeting, my lesson tomorrow, or am I starting that?
I will be doing that.
Okay. All right, so I'll join that.